Hey guys, welcome to 10th Innings Cards and Collectibles. I'm Kyle, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to do your first TTM autograph through the mail and a couple websites I use. We're going to go through together, and I'll kind of take you through my process and show you as much as I can. So let me share my screen here, and we're going to go to sportscardforum.com. So, sportscardforum.com is free to sign up and use. All you need to do is set up an account. And then once you're in here, you just go right up to the TTM Manager toolbar. Now, one thing you can do if you're just starting off, a great place to look is this top 25 list on the left. So I'm a huge basketball fan. If you have watched my return, you see I probably get a little bit more excited about basketball than I do anything else. So let's start with basketball top 25. And you can see here Dirk Nowitzki, Shaquille O'Neal, Robert Parrish. Bob Cousy is no longer signing. Coach K is another good one. Let's do we'll do BJ Armstrong. Show you guys how this works. So once you pull up BJ's page, you're going to come down here. Now, what a lot of people make the mistake of doing is they just see the first address and then they use that address, they send it off, and a lot of times it's getting returned to sender because it's no longer active. In this case, it looks like this one's kind of hit or miss. That's not the one we want. We're going to keep going down. And let's keep going, see if we can find it. Yes, this is the one you want. Actually, here's my submission right here. I thought I had actually sent to him twice, but it appears I only did once. I wasn't able to go in and delete this yet. You can see I sent it to him on May 8th, got it back on July 15th, so 68 days and 3 of 3. So here is the address right here. So this is what you would write down on your envelope. And then the way this works, real simple. I'll grab one of my folders here. So if you can see this, let me take this off for a sec. Kind of hide my address. So this one's for Eddie Johnson. It's one I'm going to be sending off next week. So I put his name in there, his address. It goes to, this one's going to the Phoenix Suns Stadium. And then you would put your address up here in the top left-hand corner. And then inside, I use card saver ones. And generally, I will send 3 or 4 cards. So if we were to go back to the BJ Armstrong page, what you want to do is kind of search around and just see, are there any restrictions? Are people writing on here, sent 3 cards, only got 1 back? A lot of times they'll leave a note on here, only signs 1 at a time. In this case, you can see there's a whole bunch of different ones on here. So I see somebody sent 4 and got 3 back. So generally, if I see something like that, I'm probably going to stay on the safe side and go with 3 cards. So, for example, got my Eddie Johnsons here. I'll show you how to prep these in a minute. So one little trick, if you're not sure, like, which cards are BJ Armstrong's in, like, how do I even find these? There is a place, I will show you this on sportscollectors.net, where you can see a lot of the photos pretty easily, and that might help you find your collection a little bit easier. So we'll go to sportscollectors.net. Let me pop this one up real quick. And go into players and teams. This one you also do need to set up an account. The yearly fee is $14.99 to use sportscollectors.net. Yep, I gotta put the periods in there for BJ. Okay, when you pop this up, you can see he's returned 515 mail requests. And then there's a photo option here on the left. And that's where you can go through and see all the different cards. So I'm a primarily a 90s kid. I grew up in the 90s collecting cards a lot, so I would know right away just from looking at this. 90, 91 Hoops, 92, 93 Flair Ultra, 93, 94 Upper Deck, 90, 91, or sorry, 91, 92 Flair. So I would probably look for those first. My favorite card to get autographed is the Skybox. In fact, mine's probably on here somewhere. Let's see if I can find my return. I don't see it on here. Let's see if we can find a Skybox real quick. These look awesome. There we go. So 91, 92 Skybox. These cards almost all have the white background. They've got cool colors that go along with them. So I love these. They look really great with autographs on them. Upper Deck is the same way. Collector's Choice is the same way. You know, where you get in trouble are those really dark background cards. And if somebody signs in black or blue and they don't have like a silver Sharpie, then the autograph doesn't turn out quite as well. So that's kind of how you find the players. Now, with sportscollectors.net, one tool that you can use on here that I really like is if you're just starting off and let's say you're a big Chicago Bulls fan, you can go right into the players and teams, and this is under the players and teams folder at the top. Select your team and just hit go. And real quick, you could just go to latest SIGs by mail. And you can see who has been signing most recently that's a former Bulls player. So Scott Burrell, Kurt Thomas, Robert Parrish, Rick Adelman, Larry Kristoviak. Those would be the ones that I would really try and target first. So you could go right in here to Scott Burrell. And let's say we want to find his address. Here's your most recent returns. Looks like a lot of people have been sending to Southern Connecticut State University. And then his home address, I believe that I sent to his home address when I did it. And he signed them all, got them back. They look great. I'm sure my return's in here somewhere. Yep, right here. 3 of 3 returned, all signed in baby blue Sharpie. That's definitely mine. Autos look amazing. So go in there. Now, if you're sending off to somebody, what you want to do is also track these. So that helps you, that helps other people that come after you. So you just go into track TTM request. So if you're sending off to the school, awesome. If you want to go to its home address, you'd go to that evergreen. You'd pop in which date you're sending it off. So I'm sending it off Saturday morning. I'm sending him 4 cards. I write a little comment here. I wrote a letter of request. And I sent a self-addressed stamped envelope, SASE. And he does not charge a fee. There you go. Some people put more details. They'll actually put which cards they sent. You do have the ability to take a photo of those and actually upload them right here. And then you would just hit submit. And then you can go back to those and actually come into your signatures by mail and addresses. And when this pops up, I'll actually show you guys all the different successes I've gone through so far. So here you go. Here are all my latest autographs that were sent off. Looks like most recently I did, I believe, 10 on Monday, the 24th, or Tuesday. Can't remember which day that was. But I got a little bit of everything sent to Donnell Wolford, former Bear, Ron Simmons, who wrestled in the WWE, Farouk, the guy that always went, damn, Josh Paul, Davis Love III, Brevin Knight, Mike Izzaleone. Yeah, I think that's how you say his name. Jerry Glanville, Dan Bellardello, Tony Bennett, and Larry Anderson. So those are the ones I've been sending. You can see I've requested 300 autographs actually on the dot. So I've gotten quite a few back. And then you can also sort them by names, categories, a lot of cool things on there. And then if you want to track it on this side of things, go back to this BJ page. On this one, you just hit add TTM submission, and then same thing, date mailed, number of items sent. You write your comments in there. You can upload your photos, and then when you get them back, you just come right in here and then you just update this. So I sent 3, I got 3 back. You click success. Usually with mine now, I just write follow me on YouTube. Tenth inning cards and collectibles to see all my returns. So trying to promote my page, and then usually I'll upload a photo that I've taken and I submit, and that's how you save them. And then your addresses in Sports Card Forum are under your TTM report. So I've got 111 pending. That means 111 out right now. And I have gotten 186 back. So there you go. You can see all the photos on the right there. Sometimes I get the photos, sometimes I don't. Looks like it's been kind of hit or miss lately. But there you go. Now, as far as what goes into the envelope, just realized I did not show you guys the Sports Card Forum one. So let me pop that up real quick. So we'll go back to the BJ Armstrong page real quick. So if you want to add a submission, you just go to add a TTM submission under the address that you sent it to. Date mailed, number of items sent. You write a little comment. Sent LOR plus SASE, no fee. Submit your report. When you get those cards back, you come back in here. I received them back on Monday, which would be impossible. I got all 3 of my cards back. Success. And then a lot of times I'll just delete this and, you know, like I just mentioned, follow me on YouTube where I used to write 3 of 3, all signed in blue Sharpie. And then upload my photo and submit. And that's how you track them all. And then if you want to see your TTM report, that's right here. Here's your pending submissions, failed submissions, and successful submissions. So 186 back for me. And then let's get to what goes into the envelope and how to prep these. So turn these down just a hair. So with this Eddie Johnson card here, what you want to do, you get your 3 cards, get a microfiber towel and a small bottle or big bottle of baby powder. And what you do is you put a little bit of baby powder on the card, take your finger and you just like this all over the card. What that's going to do is put a little layer on there so when they go to sign the cards, the marker is not going to have streaks on it or bubbles, and you'll get a nice clean signature back by just doing that quick little process. So once you apply the baby powder, you turn the microfiber the other part of the towel, just wipe that off, clean it up real good, and then we're going to put them right into a card saver 1. I like to protect my cards. I know there are guys on here that will just throw them in an envelope and they'll put a couple note cards around them and they send them off. I think this works really good. I would say 7 times out of 10, I get my card saver ones back, maybe even 8 out of 10 times. And then if they do that, I just put them right back into my box and I reuse these. So I'm not constantly rebuying them, and protects the cards nice. And I get them back. And then inside the envelope here, you want to have your self-addressed stamp envelope. So you'll write your name, your address, and you're going to put your stamp right here in the corner. And then your last thing to do is write a letter of request. I have recently switched to just going with little tearaway notepads, and all I'm going to write on there, real simple. Hi, Mr. Johnson. I hope this note finds you well. I hope you're doing well in retirement from the NBA and staying busy. I was a huge fan of 90s basketball. I watched you a lot with the Seattle Supersonics and the Hornets. You were a great shooter. Wishing you all the best. If you wouldn't mind sending a couple cards for my collection, that would be awesome. Best regards, Kyle. Boom. Throw it in the envelope. I get these by the bundle. So you go Sam's Club, you can get the number 10 number 10 envelopes, 500 of them for like 15 bucks. So they're fairly cheap. And the nice thing about these number 10 envelopes is you can fit, I believe it's the number 6 envelopes inside of them. So once the player receives it, he just opens it up, pulls out your autographs, signs them, puts them in your self-addressed stamped envelope, and sends them right back to you. So super easy for them. And that is how you do that. So last couple things I'll show you guys, just a couple more features on these websites. And honestly, I think the best thing to do is just get in there and kind of play around. But with Sports Card Forum, you have the different folders up here. So you can go to basketball recent submissions, and that'll show you all the most recent players who have signed autographs. So Adam Keefe, Rick Barry, several of them on here. So a lot of times what I do is if I get bored, a little bit of downtime at night, watching TV, I will pull this up and I'll just jot down some of the names. I'll go, oh wow, Clark Kellogg. That would be a cool signature, so I'll write that one down. I'm an Indiana guy. Alan Henderson would be somebody I would send to. Go up to football, kind of do the same thing. Recent successes. So Dan Fouts, Roger Craig, those kind of jump out to me there. Baseball, hockey, golf, racing, other sports. So other sports would be like your UFC, WWE, any other sport you can think of. You can try and put those in there. There's a lot of really cool autographs to get. And then your non-sports, those would be like your actors, comedians. So here you go, Pierce Morgan, Tim Allen. I know I saw Bert Kreischer's on here. I'm actually in the process of trying to find one for Bert Kreischer. Johnny Depp's on here, although I hear the autograph is fake. And that any autograph that comes from the Spanky Taylor Company are forged autographs. So they're all through. There you go. FYI, Mr. Depp does not personally sign your items. They're all auto pen. So don't waste your stamps. There you go. And then one that's not auto pen, if you like sending off the actors, Tim Allen's autographs are legit. There's not much to his autograph. You can actually see it over here on the right. It's just a little TA. And then also good old Clark Griswold will sign some autographs for you, and you could send some off to him. Let's see if we can find him on here real quick. He's like a TTM legend. There's Vanna White. Another Bert Kreischer. John Travolta. Annie Potts. I've got some Annie Potts cards out. I'm waiting to get back. Ghostbusters cards. Come on, where's Chevy Chase at? He's in here somewhere. You can always just go in and just type in the name. Find it a lot quicker than what I'm doing. So that is Sports Card Forum. Let's switch over to sportscollectors.net. And we'll finish up with this one. So go back to the home page. Their latest signatures by mail are all the way at the bottom. So you scroll down. Here's basketball. Over here, football, baseball, hockey, and then they just have other sports. So that's where all those are at. And there you have it, guys. So that is how I do my TTM autographs. Pretty simple. Have fun with this. Find some cards in your collection or jump on eBay, buy a couple. I've done that for a few guys. Most recently, I did Mickey Ward, who had that movie made about him with Mark Wahlberg. And I got his autographs back really quickly. I also did it with Tony Schiavone, old WCW announcer. Bought a couple cards off of eBay for, like $1 a piece. And yeah, just have fun with this. Don't forget to do the baby powder. And the other one I would say that you don't want to forget is if you send them a Topps Finest card and it has the peel on there. I've made this mistake several times. Take the peel off. If you're having them sign it, might as well not have them sign a sticker. Take that peel off and then add the baby powder to it, clean it up a little bit, and then send it off. So if you guys have any questions for me about anything TTM related, go ahead and leave them in the comments and I will get to those. And appreciate you guys checking out this video. Hopefully this is helpful. I can try and do another tutorial where I actually have my cell phone out and I can show you guys how I do the baby powder and kind of clean them up before I send them off. So that's it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you on the next video.